Okay, I do apologize to you guys for my internet going out like that, but I am back up and running. So this is just going to be a real short live because it's basically just the ending of the last live. I don't know how I'm going to be able to put these lives together to blend them in, but I just wanted to come back on and let you guys know that the internet accidentally went off. So my apologies, y'all. My apologies, okay? My live ended unexpectedly due to the internet accidentally getting unplugged, but we are back on. So I just wanted to come back on here because we was having a great dialogue. It is Friday. I hope you guys are enjoying this Friday. I think that was an excellent live. So salute to MPV for coming on to the live and expressing himself and just having a dialogue and wanting to network, because that's what this is all about. This is about networking and getting together with the right people for the right reasons, doing the right thing. Okay, so um yeah, my live unexpectedly ended. um I wish I could get that live back. That live was lit. I can't even deny that live. That live was lit. So yeah, hold on. Okay. That live was lit, y'all. Oh my God. I do not like the way that live ended. I'm going to try to see if I can figure out a way to add an outro to that live because that live was lit. But again, shout out to MPV. My apologies to everybody that was disconnected through that live. I'm sending out the information right now to let everybody know the live ended unexpectedly. And, and to not worry because I'm definitely, oh, that is beautiful. I'm definitely going to remix that, not tonight, but definitely another time. So I'll give you guys a few more minutes to come on in the room. Again, I apologize for the live suddenly ending like that, but it was an issue with the internet. It got unplugged and we just lost all connection. And I hate the way that just ended. But hey, still yelling free Kales. Still yelling free kills. I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. I enjoyed everybody. I enjoyed Stephanie for calling in. Shout out to Stephanie for calling in. I appreciate you always, love. And shout out to everybody that was in the chat. And my apologies again for the ending of that live. But I will be back. Okay, your girl is gonna come back. I think I have some time tomorrow. I know I'm going to a wedding engagement party tomorrow, so I will be at that. Maybe I'll live broadcast from the wedding engagement party and show some love. You know what I'm saying? But we got to do this again. We got to continue to bring the awareness. We got to continue to connect with the right people. And again, if you guys have any information as it pertains to R. Kelly, you want to get it to his legal team. If you feel comfortable sending it to others, do what you do. I'm sending stuff directly to the lawyer because I know it's in their hands. That way, there's no confusion about someone didn't get something and things like that. So most definitely, I will be making sure that this information gets to the to the legal team because hey, let me see. I want to exit that screen right there. Exit this one, that one. Open this up. Okay. Yes, you guys. Yes, everybody. Again, I apologize for the way that live ended. It was just about to end anyway, but I didn't get a chance to say my outro. So I had to come back on here for a quick moment. I may not even keep this short live up. But I definitely just want to come back and let you guys know my apologies. My internet was unexpectedly unplugged, and so that's what happened. It just shut us all the way down. But I appreciate you guys so much. And I look forward to many more lives with you guys. We're going to bring some more information when it becomes available. You guys always check out the community area, because when I'm presenting things in the community area, then we can always go back over them on the live. Okay. So make sure you guys come back, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to bring your pieces to the puzzle when we resume on the next live. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. God bless you guys. Have a safe Friday, and stay positive. Stay on the sunny side. Stay away from negativity, because it doesn't do anything but just corrupt you, because you are what you eat. So make sure you put in positive so positive can come out of you guys. Okay. I appreciate you guys. I love you all. Good night to everybody. It's still young. The night is young here. It's only 8:36. Like we can still chit chat for a few more minutes. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta go like that. But I definitely, like I said, wanted to just come back on because I didn't like the way that live ended. But I do want to check a trap, because if I can, then I will be able to present some more information to you guys. So let me just check out one thing before I let y'all go. Okay. We still got a few more minutes over here before this goes into effect. Okay, so it's 8 to 9. 9 to 10. Okay. So we got a few more minutes, you guys. I mean, it's Friday. Let's turn up a little bit, and let's enjoy the night while it's still young. Have a good weekend. You too, love. I appreciate you guys, always do. God is good all the time. Don't forget, the trial for R.Kelly is next year, August the 1st. They scheduled it for 2022. Also, the sentencing is scheduled for May the 4th, 2022. But then before the sentencing, we have these motions that are due December 31st, I believe March the 4th. And then and we wait for to see what the judge is going to do in this case. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. See what the judge is going to do in this case, because she has the authority to overturn this conviction if she feels that the government did not handle this case with the integrity that it should have been handled with. I feel that this can be overturned. I see it to be overturned. I'm very optimistic about having Jennifer Bonjean on the case. So again, welcome Jennifer Bonjean. I've already sent you a direct welcoming on your Twitter as well as through legal, but I just want to make sure on the platform that I welcome you on the team for Robert Sylvester Kelly, amongst all of us supporters who are out here supporting R. Kelly, and really just here to see justice be done appropriately, and not allow people to come on and just lie and he say she say, because again, this case, I don't know what evidence people are saying that was out there. They're going off of audio. If somebody steals something from you, I don't think you're gonna be light as a feather. I think you're gonna be heavy, and you're gonna be explosive. And so, even myself, I've been in a situation where people have tried to wrong me, and I didn't come out so pleasant. I came out explosive, and then people looking like, well, hold up, wait a minute. But it's like, it's energy, so I'm not going to fault him for being upset about people stealing from him and him reacting the way he reacted. That's a natural reaction. Now, had he not reacted that way, it would have been a bigger problem, because then people would be like, oh, you're too soft. Why did you not do this? And why did you not do that? So it's like he was damned if he did and damned if he didn't. So at the end of the day, salute to R. Kelly. I'm gonna continue to fight for him. I'm not going nowhere. I'm in this fight for real. And salute to everybody that is out here in this fight as well, that's doing their diligence and keeping his name relevant, because what we want to do over here is keep his name relevant. I want to keep his name relevant, keep him in the limelight, keep awareness going, because we can't not stop, and we can't slow down, because the government has taken advantage of R. Kelly, and it's up to us. Like, it's kind of like when a person passes away, we like the people become their voices for the voiceless. So because they muted R. Kelly, we are his voices. So we got to get out here and we got to speak and we got to bring the awareness. We got to open the eyes of the people who wants to believe that R. Kelly is guilty of these accusations, when in actuality, no one is doing their research. They're just going off the past. Oh, he was charged with this before, so all of a sudden he's just automatically guilty. No, we're not going to publicly assassinate this man's character, and we're not going to make him guilty because you say he's guilty. We want to see facts. We want to see evidence. We want to see this case laid out. Sex trafficking, man act. Are you serious? Where? Where? So they created this narrative and made people believe this is, they didn't even come off like sex trafficking or man act was really what he was facing, even though it was put out there. A lot of the public took it the wrong way. They took it as if he was being charged with statutory rape or something, or he was being charged with taking advantage of minors. These charges has nothing to do with the allegations that was put out here in the public or what was put on Surviving R. Kelly. These charges that he is facing is 110 years old, and we again should be outraged by these charges that R. Kelly is facing, because and was just recently convicted on, because it's not safe to fly out no more. So if you are thinking about getting flown out or flew out, then you might want to think about that again, because especially if you're a celebrity and you've been flying people out or flying people in, then now they're talking about Drake is some type of enterprise, and that he is using his employees to sort out women for him. I highly doubt that. I can't imagine having to, and then they using his music against him because he said something like that in the song that now is supposed to be true. So now we have to watch the words that we use in our songs and our music. So we can't even make songs anymore, because now the songs that we're making is getting us convicted because of the songs that we making. And just like people put things in their lyrics and they're not even no dope dealer, it ain't no gang bang, ain't no thug, ain't no gangster, but then now you being charged with being a thug and a gangster, knowing damn well they wanksters. So we just really have to do what we need to do to bring the awareness to the people about exactly what is sex trafficking, what is Rico, and explain it to the people so that everybody can get a better understanding and not know what actually these charges are, because a lot of people have been misunderstood what he's facing, and they thinking that he got what he deserved, not knowing that this is going to affect lots of people. Okay, this is going to affect a lot. And shout out again to MPV Podcast. I salute you, my brother. I apologize for the interruption. My internet was interrupted. One of the children stumbled over it, and I don't know how, because it's in a corner where it should never be affected, but it was, and I do apologize. But there was a great dialogue with you, my brother. I look forward to doing it again. I see your email in the chat, so I most definitely will be in communications with you, and we can do this again, because I really enjoyed you over here. I enjoy everybody that called in and calls in and comes on the platform, because that's the way we grow. You know what I'm saying? We have to uplift one another. But yeah, they are mad at Drake because he gave R. Kelly the recognition. Absolutely. So now they're trying to hit him with the same thing that R. Kelly was just dealing with. So now they want to attack Drake that manner. And that's an issue, because it's like when things don't go the government's way or these elites' way, then they feel that they can use things against one another to tear them down. And that's a problem. And again, we should be outraged. We all should be concerned about what the government is doing. It's not legal. It's illegal. But for them, it's legal because they are the governments. They are the ones, who's putting these laws into place. And Unfortunately, these laws were there when it was slavery days. We're not living in slavery, even though we may feel enslaved because there's things that we still can't do, and we still have yet to get our human rights as African Americans. We still don't have our rights, but, and no shade to the LGBT community, but they've given it them before they've acknowledged us. So, it's like they picking and choosing. Like Devereaux Mechanic, aka Mom Mechanic, would say, they cherry picking. So that's what they're doing. They're cherry picking. And until we stand up for something, then we'll be falling for anything. And I ain't falling for nothing, because I'm going to always stand for my rights, and as you all should as well. But I do appreciate you guys. I don't want to go. We got another 15 minutes, and then I can be able to replay the content from his attorney for those of you guys that hadn't had a chance to listen to Jennifer Bonjean speak. And then hopefully we can get it clearer over here, because I was anyway. You know what I'm saying? So we got a few more minutes. We got like 14 minutes and counting. So you guys don't mind, let's just hang around for a few more minutes, and let's listen in again on what Jennifer had to say, and then we can dialogue on it a few more minutes, and then we all can get up out of here for those that gotta go. I appreciate you guys for coming back. That was unfortunate that the live got interrupted, but hey, we're here and we ain't going nowhere. The devil always try to come in and disrupt and just take away. So we gonna keep on keeping on. We gonna continue to fight. We 10 feet down on the ground. We ain't going nowhere. I'm fighting for the men. I'm fighting for men's right. I'm fighting for our rights. I'm fighting for human rights. I'm fighting for us to be acknowledged and respected and treated the way they will want their peoples treated. So if Caucasians can get treated a certain way, then they should just treat everybody equally. It's not equally treated in this world. We're still being treated as if we're slaves, and we're the great grandchildren of our ancestors who have died, who have paved the way before us, our forefathers who already put their lives on the line, the Black Panthers who fought for us, Malcolm X who fought for us, Martin Luther King who fought for us, Marcus Garvey who fought for us, just people out there who fought for us to be able to be here today. Now we're in a social media world. Now we're fighting on social media. When is the fighting going to stop? It's going to stop when you stop. It takes for one person to set the trend and show, well, you could be one way, but then you can also make a change. Everybody can change. Michael Jackson said, change is it starts with you. Start talking to the man in the mirror. You can make that change. He said, make that change. And so just be the change. Don't be the problem, be the solution. It's easy to get into all sorts of trouble, but it's always hard to get out of it. So in order to stay out of trouble, change yourselves. Change what you see in the mirror. Look at yourself. Be your own competition. Don't compete with nobody. Don't run nobody else's race. Don't envy nobody. Envy yourself and be yourself for yourself, so that way you can make a change within you, and then watch how you blossom off into somebody else. This is all spilled over. This is, I consider, learned behavior. If you're around positive people, you're going to have a positive outcome. If you constantly running in circles with the wrong people trying to fit their square, you're going to fall short. So the best thing is to be who God created you to be, because it's something special inside of all of us. You got to dig down inside and pull that good out of you. Don't let Cain take over when you are able. So be able. What white artists got bad record deals? What white artists go through what Black artists or actors go through? What is the net worth differences of white versus Black artists? It's a big contrast. I agree with you, love. And I'm glad you said that, because that's something that can be researched. What's the difference between what an African American is getting in the record deals and the artists in the industry versus the Caucasians? So we need to know the price differences so we can see why is it that we are the highly targeted ones. What are we doing that they're not doing? Because really, we created this world. You know, people don't want to acknowledge that we started this. We created this place. And so the fact that they took the land from us and we still fight to this day trying to just get some acknowledgement, and we're losing battles and lives over it, and we got to be the people to stand up for something. Because if we were saying, oh, they would have never did this to my peoples when I was coming up, so then what are you doing now? Since you couldn't do something back then, what are you doing now to stop that from happening? So this is where it starts. It starts right here on these platforms. So what we got to do is get out there, get these words out there, and let's stump these pavements. Let's network. If you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that needs to hear this, share this message. If you know somebody that's conflicted with the facts versus the fiction, then present the facts. Because people write fiction books all day long, and they also write truth stories. So are you reading from the truth, or are you reading from a fiction? Because the non-fictions will get you messed up. So again, it's all about how we present it, how we bring it, and how we put it out here, because that's really ultimately going to make the change. It's going to come from each and every one of all of us that's in the platform, that's in the chat, that's all over social media. Even if you ain't here on YouTube, you may be on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or wherever you may be. We got to get the word out to the people, because we are the people for the people that can change the people. But it's going to take more than just me coming on the platform saying this, but we can share the message and can get it out there to the right people. So we got about 9 more minutes, y'all, and then I should be able to play the audio, and then I'm gonna figure out. I don't know how I can add this video with the last video, but the last video was so lit. And again, I apologize to everybody in advance for the interruption of that live. But we was on the roll like 7-Eleven, and see the enemy always try to come in, steal, kill, and destroy. You know what I'm saying? But we're fighters, and we shall not be moved. Okay, just like God said, like a tree planted by the water, I shall not be moved. Don't let me get biblical on y'all, because you know I am sanctified, holified, and full of the Holy Spirit. I'm going to research and send it to you. The numbers are crazy. Yes, thank you, love. I do appreciate it, my dear. I do. Because that makes a lot of sense, and I appreciate you guys again. Hey, Aisha, I see you. Latanya, I see you. Destiny, I see you. Miss T, and others that came back. I do appreciate you guys. I don't expect to stay on this live as long as the last live, but hey, I think that live was going long enough, and I don't like to do long, lengthy lives. I try to keep them short and sweet, straight to the point. But when you having great dialogue, you get lost in the time. So it was always appreciated, though. So shout out to MPV podcast. Make sure you guys go check him out. Let's hit the like button over there. Let's subscribe to the channel if you guys are not already. And when I end this live, I most definitely will be going over there to subscribe to the channel as well. So before I go, I'm waiting on Jennifer Bonjean's interview to come on air where I can get it on my time zone. So let me just see if it's been put up. Let's just see. Okay, so no. So no, wait. Open the statements beginning and trial to argue. Trial for the argue. Jury's open and examine the jury. Okay, start the house of it. Okay, so it's not there, but it will be on my TV in a few minutes. Let's see, let me get it together. Let's see. Because I had it open. Okay, let me just go back. Wait, let me go to my recordings. Schedules. Okay, schedule. Okay, here we go. Today. Okay, here we go. Making the case. Okay. Yep, we got about 4 more minutes, y'all. 4 more minutes, and then we'll be able to listen. Just coming in, we'll go back and listen. Hollywood, thank you for bringing the information. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, so this is just an extended live from the last live because the last live did not end properly, and so I had to come back on here and make sure I make my corrections and end this live the right way. Hey, next, what's up? Hey, Travel the World. Hey, girl, I saw you on the live, girl. Gone, girl. I saw you, boo. I saw you, girl. Shout out to Travel the World. She's been around for a minute, so I just want to make sure I shout you out. Okay, so let's see. Okay, it's right here. Okay, I got it. Let's see. Okay. Yep. We got about 4 more minutes. And then I want to just see if I can play it clear over here. And then, and that way you guys can listen to what Jennifer had to say. So let's see, defense attorney, prosecutor, and judge. Okay, so she was a defense attorney, a prosecutor, and a judge. Examines impactful cases and social justice issues. Yep. Okay. So I'm just waiting. Got about 2 or 3 more minutes. And then you guys can go off into the sunset and enjoy y'all beautiful Friday. Because I got to call my man because I know he is. I'm going to call you, Robert Lee. Just hold on, baby. Just hold on, Zaddy. Zaddy, hold on, Zaddy. I'm going to drop my phone, y'all. Okay, let's see. Come on, come on. Wait. Okay. Come on. What time is it? It says 1 more minute. Okay, come on. Okay, 2 more minutes. The clock show love to play with us, don't it? Oops. I don't want to record this. I just want to watch it. Okay. There we go. Making the case. It should be ready now. Okay, let's see. Yes. Here it goes. Watch it now. Live. This thing is tripping for real. No, I want to watch today. Okay, now here it goes. Now it's giving me the choice. I got it. Okay, I got it now, y'all. I got it now, y'all.
Good evening, this is Making the Case. I'm Yuri Tawada. All eyes are on Brunswick, Georgia tonight. Opening statements began in the trial of three white men, Gregory McMichael, Travis McMichael, and William Roddy Bryan, all charged with...
So she's talking about the Ahmad Aubrey's killing right now. And so as soon as she gets to R. Kelly's lawyer, Jennifer, I'm going to turn her all the way up.
Several opening statements, but the more emotional time was when they saw video of Ahmad Aubrey just minutes
we can listen to this too.
Killed, his body lying in the middle of the street, covered in blood. Prosecutors maintained that the three defendants...
I saw him at R. Kelly's trial. He was actually the guy that was covering the trial. Messy as hell. So biased against R. Kelly. I didn't like him. I'm like, yo, little young black ass is ignorant. And let me be clean. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't right. Now, you can cover this story how you cover this story, okay? You defending the black man, but you wasn't defending R. Kelly. You publicly assassinated that man like he was guilty, and that wasn't cool. Yeah, that opening statement was I think she did good. The judge was cutting her off though during the opening statements today. You know, that was just so sad. Honest to God, his mother. I felt so sorry for his mom to seeing that. That's just hurtful.
What happened to Ahmad, I'm last minutes of his life. So I'm glad I was able to stay strong and stay in there.
Video of the shooting wasn't released until 3 months after it happened. Travis McMichael's lawyer told jurors he was protecting his family and
That's sad.
going after Aubrey. He said there had been a rash of burglaries in the neighborhood, and Aubrey had been seen on security video.
So we'll be able to listen to Jennifer in a second.
That was under construction. McMichael, he said, feared for his life when he pulled the trigger.
And he lied. And then they called 911 and asked 911 said, "What's your emergency?" A black man running down the street. That ain't no emergency.
Gregory McMichael's lawyer said when he saw Aubrey running, he immediately knew it was the neighborhood burglary suspect, and the retired law enforcement officer was going to make a citizen's arrest.
He didn't make a citizen's arrest.
Enjoying the chase, and investigators say knocked Aubrey into a ditch with his truck. All three men have pleaded not guilty to
bullshit,
charges, including murder.
Bullshit.
Convicted, they could spend the rest of their lives in prison. Prosecutors say although Ahmad Aubrey had been seen on security video several times walking around inside that home that was still under construction, they say the homeowner never reported anything being stolen from the home.
Right.
And that's why they maintain the defendants wrongfully assumed that Ahmad Aubrey was a suspect or even armed and dangerous. In Brunswick, Georgia, I'm Drake.
Let's see what's next.
Tonight, my legal panel of experts are ready to weigh in on day one of the guilt-innocence phase of this trial. We've got veteran prosecutor and BNC.
So she's going to talk about the Ahmad Aubrey. I wonder how did they mix this case up to put R. Kelly's lawyer in the same. I don't know.
So how both sides address the jury in opening statements sets a tone for their respective cases. The state goes first; they have the burden of proof. So, lead prosecutor Linda Dunkowski, she started off by describing the events of February 23rd, both before and after Ahmad was killed. Take a listen. Mr. Aubrey ran away from them for 5
Well, we still just patiently wait. Straight modern day lynching. Yes, that's what it was. He didn't deserve that. And then it's like they wasn't even going to do anything about it because they sat on it for 3 months before they even thought to prosecute this individual. So that just goes to show you, if nobody didn't publicly put this information out there for social media to gravitate towards, almost like nothing was going to happen. They was about to get away with a modern day lynching, as you say, clean. You know, it took for the people to put this case out here all over social media, and it went viral, and people saw what happened. And the fact that they didn't do nothing for 3 months is ridiculous, because if you kill somebody, you a black man, whether you innocent or not, you getting shackled up and getting locked up until you are proven innocent. You automatically is guilty because the color of your skin. And that's the problem with society, is that they're convicting us by the color of our skin. We guilty for being black, y'all.
That the defendant in this case has said that the victim was trapped like a rat. I would have emphasized that a little bit more. I would have made sure that they understood, knew, and drew the connection on how significant it was that he made that statement. Specifically, to counteract the defense's presentation that they were going to bring about it being self-defense, which is what we had already anticipated based on the charges and based on what the defendants had already said in their statements.
Their statements don't go with the facts.
You know, I guess the prosecution, I thought, did a pretty good job, in my opinion, in terms of how they countered the defense. But I think that what really struck me in this case is that how the prosecution really didn't, you know, to Paul's credit, and I agree with him, they really didn't give an emotional sort of position. I mean, this is one of the biggest cases sort of in recent memory. And what happened in this case was a man thought he was going to get killed, and he was killed. And I just didn't hear that from the prosecution. And it made me just a little uneasy.
Well, you know what else I noticed too, and I'm always looking.
So the prosecutor opening statements wasn't as strong as they would have wanted it to be.
Of the victim, right? In order to humanize them, because they're gonna play some really, I mean, they're gonna play this video that obviously, you know, shows his tragic killing. But when you have this description of by the defense that this, you know, that they trapped a rat, you have visuals of him bleeding. It's nice to actually have a visual of him, just to humanize him. And so I think that that's a missed opportunity as well on the part of the prosecution. Another key moment in the prosecution's opening statements came when they introduced the most powerful piece of evidence they have against these defendants, courtesy of Mr. William Bryan, the video recording of Ahmad's killing that everyone has watched at least once before this trial began, some of the jurors included. However, this time the prosecutor paused the video periodically to walk the jury through exactly what they were seeing. Here's a portion of that moment now.
Mr. Aubrey is under attack.
He definitely was under attack. They literally cornered him in and then got ahead of him in the direction he was running in, got out, pointed the shotgun at the man, and then Aubrey tried to go around, you know what I'm saying? And then the shooter went around and basically, like, he had no way out. Only thing he could have possibly have done was ran back the opposite direction from them, and then maybe we could have saw more of him being chased down. But because the way they did it, and then he was threatened, he felt like his life was about to end. So he's trying to grab the damn gun to stop him from getting shot. And so can you imagine that hot barrel just dash through one end and go out through the next? Like, and then your hand is gushing. I mean, the graphics of it was just horrifying to even hear, let alone see.
View of the video in opening statement, and I think that was, listen, if you look at it from a defense perspective,
and they got all white jurors up there, but one black. This is challenging these white folks to convict their own people. And they don't want to convict their own people. They don't want to convict their own.
In a way that countered the way the prosecution was doing. Because otherwise, I mean, the interesting thing about this case is...
While they calling 911, you hear the first gunshot go off.
The law stands your ground.
They should have been arrested immediately. It's very sad.
And what vigilantes do. That's what this case is about. And the prosecution seems to get that, but I don't get the distinct opinion that the defense seems to get that.
Well, members of Ahmad Aubrey's family, including his mother, Wanda Cooper Jones, was present in the courtroom today. At one point, Miss Cooper Jones was seen visibly emotional.
Very emotional.
Afterwards, she described what today was like for her. Listen.
I decided to remain in so I can get familiar with what happened to Ahmad for the last minutes of his life. I've wanted a video for the last 18 months, and I thought it was time to get familiar with what happened to Ahmad in the last minutes of his life. So I'm glad I was able to stay strong and stay in there.
That's a lot.
Paul, what impact does the family's presence in court for either side have on the jury?
I think it's really powerful, and had that been me in that moment, I would have paused to stop, to look, to react, to make sure that, you know, I had a reaction as well, because I, as a prosecutor, am the representative for that family. I, as a prosecutor, am the representative for the people. I, as that prosecutor, would have been a representative for the community in that courtroom. And so I think when you have moments like this, you have to take advantage of them as a smart lawyer. You have to be watching and paying attention, not just to the jury.
Man, I feel sorry for his mother too, y'all.
What they're doing at their table as defendants, but to the audience as well, that includes the folks that are out there around.
You can just touch the your comment, J. Lewis, and then it'll give you opportunity to remove it.
This was a powerful moment. I think it was probably powerful for the jury, and I didn't want it to just pass. As we are having this conversation and talking about it, I think that's the moment for the juries to see that the person that is not in the courtroom is someone that was killed, someone that was murdered, someone that had a family, someone that was cared for, someone that stands for and represents.
They kind of not really going hard on them like they would do if it would have been one of us on trial. They would have been digging all into it, making emphasis and points, and you know.
There's so much more we could discuss, but we still haven't even talked about the defense's opening statement. So we'll get to those when we come back. More making the case after this.
So I think they're gonna go more into Ahmad. I'm not sure how far into this is going to be Kel's attorney, but I'll keep waiting to just see Republicans. Let me see. What is it called again? Making something. Okay, it's coming back on. But this is still talking about Ahmad.
Day one of the guilt innocence phase in the murder trial of Gregory McMichael, Travis McMichael, and William Bryan began today with opening statements from both sides.
Okay, I have it.
Panel of
Now we don't have
experts
to listen to.
New York-based attorney Jennifer
There it
Bonjean
goes.
has made a name for herself by taking on high-profile yet unpopular clients. She famously represented Bill Cosby on his appeal before the Pennsylvania Supreme Court concerning his 2018 sexual assault conviction, which ultimately got overturned, and Cosby walked out of prison a free man. Now she's taking on a new client, R.Kelly, who was convicted in September of sex trafficking and racketeering charges and currently faces life in prison for those crimes. Joining me now is Kelly's new legal counsel, Jennifer Bonjean herself. Counselor, happy to have you on the show. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Adib.
Okay, Jennifer, so I'm going to start this conversation by asking you the most obvious question, one I'm sure you get all the time. Why would you defend R. Kelly?
I approach every case the same way. And I look and I say, has there been a miscarriage of justice? And in my mind, a miscarriage of justice occurs when the government oversteps, when they overreach, when they violate someone's constitutional right to a fair trial. And then I ask myself, is there anything I can do about it? Can I possibly get this individual some type of remedy, some type of relief? And when I looked at R. Kelly's case, I found that both of those things were true. And so I had no reservations about taking R. Kelly's case. What I see was a travesty of justice and how the process worked. And when the process doesn't work, the outcomes are not fair, they're not righteous. And as a result, I took R. Kelly's case. And I pass on cases, but this is a case that I felt satisfied both of those requirements.
And that's because you think that the government abused the Rico statute in order to get around issues of statute of limitations, right? And so for people who may think I'm talking legalese here, there were accusations for decades against R. Kelly. Those accusations, cases, whatever it may be, were old, and so they couldn't be tried in a court of law. But to get around that, prosecutors used this statute, the Rico, which most people would associate with like big drug lords, to get around that in order to get R. Kelly on these charges. That's what you're talking about when you're talking about a miscarriage of justice, correct?
I mean, it's more than that. First of all, the government could have charged R. Kelly along many years ago, many times over, with whatever crimes they believe that he committed.
Right.
Now they didn't do that many times. We know there was a case back in I think in the mid-aughts out of Cook County, and he was found not guilty of that case. But the government could have brought charges, and they chose not to for whatever reasons. And now they have brought charges against him under Rico, which, yes, was designed to get at criminal enterprises, mafia, large drug operations run by gangs. And they are doing that, yes, to plead around the statute of limitations, but even more problematic in my mind is they use this statute in order to overwhelm the jury with other crimes evidence or other bad act evidence. It doesn't even have to be another crime. So really what they're doing is putting someone's life on trial.
Yes.
And that ends up being not really a fair fight. It's one thing to defend against a specific charge.
Yes.
That is fair.
Yes.
But when you bring in these crimes, these alleged crimes under the RICO Act, you're really putting someone in a position where they have to defend 30 years of their entire life.
Right.
And that, I think, is not a fair fight because it doesn't give, you don't have fair notice on what they're coming at you with. There's allegations that date back 30 years, and there are sometimes it's very difficult for particularly high-profile people. 30 years. So do I even know this person? Where was I? How can I defend against that?
Exactly.
So it's not a fair fight. And then they brought claims under the Mann Act. And the Mann Act has been historically problematic, and it was no less problematic in this case as well. So I believe that the government misused those statutes in order to gain convictions against R. Kelly that were not fair. And there's much that the jury didn't hear that they should have heard.
Amen. Amen.
Jennifer, I'm a lawyer too, so I understand what you're saying, and I'm able to think about this in a logical, obviously legal way, setting aside my emotion. But for the lay person, the person that's watching right now, and who's watched our coverage of R. Kelly's trial, who believe that he's finally being held accountable for abusing Black women and girls, they don't care about a fair fight, right? They be creative. They're probably thinking, hey, however way the government could do it, they finally did, and it's done. I don't care. Explain why it matters to everyone ultimately that we
Because right is right and wrong is wrong.
There's a checks and balances when it comes to prosecution.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. And I can appreciate that there's emotions that run high and people don't necessarily value how the government goes about getting what they consider to be justice. But when the government runs amok, right now it's R. Kelly, tomorrow it's somebody else.
Right.
And maybe it's someone you care about tomorrow. Maybe it's a loved one of yours. To keep the government honest and to keep them in check, the system has to work for all of us. The R. Kellys of the world, the Bill Cosbys of the world,
Yes.
and then people that we don't even know. And so my job is to make sure the government does it the fair way.
Yes.
And if they didn't do it fair, it just doesn't count. It's like if you cheat during a football game and you want to declare victory, you can't because you cheated. And
exactly.
It is my job to hold the government responsible and to hold their feet to the fire. And I believe that was not done. It hasn't been done, but we're hoping to do it.
Amen, girl.
So I've had this conversation with colleagues.
Shout out to Jennifer.
In fact, we had a conversation about it on the show a few weeks back about the blowback that attorneys risk facing from the public over who they choose to represent. I get tweets from viewers asking why I keep inviting certain lawyers who represented less than desirable clients, and of course that question that we all get, defense lawyers get. How can you defend a guilty person? I'm curious. How would you respond? What would be your response to that question?
Well, first of all, let me start by saying that that is a general question I get all the time. I don't know whether it's specific to R. Kelly or not, and I'm not here to, I don't trust the verdict that came back in R. Kelly's case. So I'm not going to say he's guilty until I believe that there's a fair process.
Yes.
I don't rely on verdicts where the process was not fair. So let me make that clear. I do not believe that the verdict is a reliable indicator of whether R. Kelly is in fact factually guilty. But to your general question of how do you represent unpopular people? How do you represent people that the media has already convicted? How do I represent them? I'm a defense attorney, and that's what I do. And I believe to my core that the government needs to be held needs to be held accountable, and when they don't go about this process in a fair and just way, that is a miscarriage of justice, and it affects all of us.
Yes, it does.
And I guess I just really believe in that principle. It just doesn't matter to me whether it's R. Kelly or Bill Cosby or any number of wrongfully convicted people that I have represented over the years. It just does not matter. It's all the same to me, because if the system doesn't work for one, it doesn't work for any of us.
Amen.
And I guess I'm just really focused on that principle. And it doesn't, my view is if you're a defense attorney and you can't get with that idea, then maybe find a different career.
Basically,
it's really one of the fundamental tenets of what we do.
Yes, preach, honey.
Jennifer, I wish we had more time. I could talk about this all day with you. I'm hoping that you do come back, but I've got time for just one question. Sure. As women attorneys, we're assumed to have more empathy for accusers. And so there's a lot more pressure on us on who we choose to represent than, say, male attorneys. Is that fair?
Well, I think it's a little ridiculous. I mean, women are capable of anything, right? We're capable of being president. We're capable of being vice president. We're also capable of bad. We're capable of lying. We're capable of a gamut of things. Why? Because we're human beings. Mm-hmm. And to think that we are either this, this virtuous, perfect person versus evil. We're capable of all of it. So to say that we somehow have a greater ability to be, empathic. I think once we go down that road, that leads to a bad place. Women and men are capable of all types of emotions, motivations, and they can be incentivized by anything. And that's just how I view it. So no, I guess I don't think it's fair.
At all. I agree with you.
There you have it. Jennifer Bonjean, pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so very much for your time tonight.
Yes, and there you have it. Okay, I love the way she speaks. She's coming to slay, not play. Okay, she is here for the injustice, and she is going to do what needs to be done to get R. Kelly a fair fight, because that fight was not fair. They went back and put his entire life on trial. They went into his public life. They went into his private life. They went into every aspect that they could slander R. Kelly, and they cheated. Like she said, you can't play football and cheat to win and then think you're going to get the win. No, you're not going to get that win. That win will be challenged. So what she said was very clear, and I do appreciate Jennifer Bonjean for coming on BNC and setting the record straight and putting that defense attorney in her rightful place, because as a defense attorney, you ought to know better. And to me, she come off real biased, and so I'm not a fan of hers for sure. And if she's a defense attorney, I wouldn't want her to represent me, because she doesn't even believe in defending innocent people, or even those who may have been found guilty because of a cheat, to overturn that. So no brownie points for BNC, and definitely none for Yopit, the lady, the defense attorney who just questioned Jennifer. But shout out to Jennifer, and most definitely shout out to Deborah O'Canick and the legal team that's representing R. Kelly. It's all about integrity, and the government integrity was not intact. It was sloppy. It was disgusting to watch and hear, and to listen to every person that came up there, lie after lie after lie. I'm telling you what I heard with my own ears and what I saw with my own eyes. Those people was not trustworthy, and he should have never ever been found guilty under those particular alleged victims, because again, they all lied. Find another career, like Jennifer said. Absolutely, they definitely need to find another career. The world about to be mad because Kels is coming out free. Yes, he is. The interviewer don't know what to ask because Kels' attorney is speaking strongly in his favor. Yes, she was, and I appreciate that, because and this is the way you get on these platforms, and then you put this information out so other people can start researching it and hearing the truth. Again, just go check out my videos from when I was there at the court, and I reported everything that I handwritten myself. I did not read any of the transcripts. I wrote everything I read is what I wrote. Okay, it came from my hands. And if you listen to what I wrote and what the transcripts say, they go hand in hand. Okay, they literally, I may have missed a question or two, but it was all everything that came out of their mouths, from the questioning down to the answers, from the prosecutor to their government witness to the cross-examination from Deborah O'Canick down to the witnesses on cross-examination, hand in hand. So I guess I should give myself some kudos, because I did what I needed to do, and that was bring the truth out here to the people in the public, because it was not being told by BNC and every other media outlet that was there in that same courtroom as myself. And for them to make it appear as if the government won that case, that just goes to show you that that case was fixed. It wasn't fair. And R. Kelly with Jennifer, I truly believe justice will be served, and he will be free. Jennifer gonna have a field day with them transcripts. Yes, she is. She's gonna see everything we've seen. She's gonna read everything I've read, and she's gonna read even more. The sidebars, the constant sidebars, the objections, just the throwing off the legal team from doing a diligence job. I can't wait, and I'm excited to see her and hear and read her motion, because we will get it, and I will be reading the motion. And I just can't wait. Thank God that I'm educated enough to know how to read and present the information to the people so that we all can get some great understanding over here at Pieces of the Puzzle. All the other states' cases fall under the same thing. Ms. Bonjean told her, if you're a defense and cannot believe in fair trial, then they should get another career. Yes, she said that. You're the only one who brought out the truth. No money spent on Pacer. Amen. I didn't need to spend any money on Pacer because I was there. I was able to handwrite my notes and present it to you guys at lunchtime as well as the end of the day. So you guys got a chance to get it 2 times in the day because I wanted you guys to be aware of what was happening. I didn't want to just not come on live and give y'all information and just not tell you guys what I was hearing in that courtroom. So thank you, God, for giving me the ability to be there and the finances to be there. So I spent my own resources, and I thank everybody that donated what they could for me to continue to stay. But I still spent my own hard-earned monies to be there because I believe in R. Kelly, and I believe that this man is innocent. I believe that all those people lied and that they did not tell the truth on that stand, and that he was railroaded. And I'm glad, again, shout out to Bill Cosby, because again, he put the connections together for Jennifer Bonjean to be able to collaborate with Devereaux Canick, the lead attorney that's representing R. Kelly in New York and has represented him in New York. And, and I just salute to them because, like I said, Canick poked holes in all their stories. The jury could never have came back with beyond a reasonable doubt that R. Kelly was guilty of these charges that he was facing. It was not a reasonable doubt. I can't even understand how 12 people came up with the same answer. To me, I want to know who the jury is. When are they going to come out and speak? We're in our second month, and yet they have come out to say anything, because I personally believe that those jurors were government employees. I believe they were crisis actors. I believe they were put in place to give him a conviction. Because they knew that they wasn't going to win. And if they were real people, then I believe that the government intimidated them. I believe the government coerced them. I believe that they were bullied and harassed. Everything that they said R. Kelly was doing, I believe the government did it, and I know for a fact they did it because one of the government witnesses believes Diane Copeland stated that they made her cry to get her to come out and say the things that she was saying. She was crying behind the scene, and she cried again in court because she was emotionally distraught. And they asked her, do you want to be here? And she said no. So that means you guys forced these people to come and tell a lie on the behalf of you just to get him convicted. It wasn't fair. They cheated. And she's going to see all of that. She's going to point it all out. And I can't wait. Oh my God, I cannot wait, y'all. I am just patiently waiting because, again, Kels will be free. He will be vindicated, and God will get the glory for the story. Okay, point blank, period. Even that Gloria saying, there goes the lawsuit, when the lady admitted she was willing participant, right? And Donnelly prejudiced the case, period, and deceived the entire legal process. A hand-picked judge by Obama purposely selected, most likely lacking in the necessary judiciary proceedings or procedures. And then someone says, this is how blacks supposed to support each other. Shout out to Bill Cosby. Amen. A lack of black men on the jury too. They use against us again. Right. A part of those movements. Yes, in no way they saw him guilty. Somebody was behind this conviction. Exactly, Elisa. I told that the judge made all this happen. Please don't put other people's names in my chat. I do not associate myself to these people. I don't want to associate myself to these people. It's too much drama in social media to even entertain any of them. So I don't want to ban you. So what I will do is give you the opportunity to click your comment, Sean Barron, and delete it or remove it, is what it should say on your end. Because I don't want those people names in my chat. I do not associate under no circumstances, and I'm not here to sugarcoat how I feel, because I'm the realist and I'm gonna keep it real. And I say it in your face, on camera, off camera. because whatever I say, I stand firm on it. I'm just a true believer of what I support, and what I support is the injustice of R. Kelly. I don't care what these other people out here doing on their platforms. I can only present to you guys what I'm here to do and what I have been doing, and stand in my own lane and stand away from everybody else. Yes, all you got to do is touch your comment, and it should give you the opportunity to remove that comment. And I do appreciate you in advance. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Level Up. You feel me? So come on now. We ain't going to play like that. Not over here. If you're new to this channel, please be aware that no names are being called in my chat. Unless you hear me specifically call them out, then that means they good to go over here. I don't deal with everybody. I never have, never wanted to, because everybody ain't on the same level. A lot of people out here clout chasing. A lot of people out here on some other stuff, trying to hate on somebody for bringing out the same information that they bringing out, trying to beat people to the punch. Again, God said the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So I love to stay last because I know I'm going to come in first at the end, because God got me just like he got each and every one of you guys. And trust and believe me, he got y'all. And he got Kels as well. Free R. Kelly is what we over here yelling. Kels is getting a new trial. All parents and foes are facing time. Yes, they are. They all should be in jail. Every last one of them should be locked up, because none of them was truthful. You know what I'm saying? They all was was no good. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But hey, what's done in the dark always comes to the light. They thinking they won. They thinking they got their little victory. They think they doing something. Hooray, hoorah. But hey, he who laughs first cries last. So while they over there laughing first, they will be crying last. Okay. And he who cries first always laughs last. Okay. So shout out to R. Kelly, because trust me, Kels is coming home. And that I believe, because I know. Okay. Okay. So okay, I thank you. You did that right. Appreciate you, Sean, my brother. You know, everybody is all welcome over here on this platform, because if you over here, I know you are for R. Kelly. If you over here, I know you're for the injustice of black men and men rights and men in general. So if you here, then I know you at the right place to get that realism, and ain't gonna get sugar coated, and don't need no supporters, not supporters, but don't need help from a big audience of panels. I got this myself. You know what I mean? I run this platform, and I'm gonna do this to the best of my ability, not just today, but every time I come up on this thing. And I'm always going to be looking my best, because when you come up on these cameras, you want to slay, not play. Like Jennifer, she's slaying. She's not playing. Okay. So shout out to Jennifer Bonjean. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all of you guys, because again, I can't do this without y'all. So this is why I come on the platform, because of the people that's coming in the chat, those who have hit the like button, those who shared the video, and definitely those who have subscribed. Shout out to all my new subscribers. You guys make this channel grow every single day. I am appreciative of each and every one of you guys. Definitely Judge Don Anley should be recused, or she should just do us all a favor and recuse herself. She knew she was biased. She knew she couldn't give a fair chance to R. Kelly in his defense. That lady, I sat there, watched her in the courtroom when the prosecutors would object something. I literally sat there and watched her re-ask the questions as if this was her case. You're the judge over this. The prosecutors are to prosecute this case. The prosecutors was failing. They lost this case by a landslide. They did not prove this case. They didn't have no evidence. They didn't have no creditable witnesses. They came in there with a bunch of he say, she say, and I don't recall and I don't remember. And yes, it's in the documents. I see it there, but I don't remember. And you mean to tell me you're going to convict somebody off of people not remembering what they said less than a year ago? She just flipped in 2020. She just spoke to y'all in 2020. Y'all talk to that girl every day. Y'all coerced her every day. Y'all coached her every day. You mean to tell me that she can't even remember her lines? Nah, you can't convict R. Kelly on that. Nah, free R. Kelly is what we over here yelling all day, every day. That's right. You go, girl. Yes, sound like Jennifer Bonjean going down for R. Kelly. You feel me? Thank you, Hollywood. You welcome, PD. Was she looking flustered? The lady. So if you guys want to catch that interview, it's on BNC. Just type in BNC type in Jennifer Bonjean, put BNC, then put Jennifer Bonjean, and then it should pop right up, you know, and that way you guys can see the facial expressions for yourself, and you can see the way these people was carrying on. Oh my gosh, shame on the judge. Absolutely, Sean, shame on that judge, because I'm telling you, that judge was there. She was re-questioning. They would say objection. She would say overrule. And then she would ask the question on the overrule for the prosecutor. Why are you not letting the prosecutor re-ask that question in a way that it needs to be answered? Or if she objected it, if the prosecutors objected it and she sustained it, then she really was asking the questions on the sustain. They just had to rephrase the question, so she would rephrase it for the prosecutor. Well, did you? Well, did you see this? Well, did you see that? It was like, are you for real, lady? Judge, sit back and do your job and just abstain or overrule, sustain or overrule, but don't question nothing, because you're stepping over your boundaries and you're assisting and aiding and abetting the prosecutor in his lie to convict R. Kelly. And that's what happened. Kel should not be in jail today. He should have never been in jail based on no hearsay, no evidence, no police reports, no rape kits, and a mother who was calling R. Kelly on the behalf of her daughter, portraying to be her daughter. Okay. Then when the police come to the hotel, the lady sat there and they called her and she confirmed, yes, she's 18 years old. That's why the police left. So where did Angelo said that the police, R. Kelly ran out the back door? If R. Kelly would have ran out the back door, don't you think they would have had a warrant out for his arrest? Like, the fact that he got on here and he said that is a damn fool, and we will be using that against him in a court of the law, because everything you say can be used against you. If he knew better, he would do better, but keep on running your faucet, because all that information that they giving us is just going to be helpful moving forward. And shout out to everybody that did send their information over to the attorneys. Unfortunately, everybody's information that they sent to the attorneys did not get presented in trial. And it's not because they purposely left it out. It's because you have to understand the judge was not allowing certain things to be done in the court, and all the evidence that we presented. And I'm not talking about just me. I'm talking about every supporter out here on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever other social medias you're on. Everybody's information was in their hands, but they was limited to what they could present, just like they was limited into how they can question their witnesses. So because they couldn't question their witnesses the way they wanted to question it, why bring them on? The best thing Cannon could have did was just did what he did, had a short amount of witnesses, and then use it against the judge moving forward, like Jennifer Bonjean is going to point all that out. Because how you going to tell him, well, he can't question your prosecutors, your government witness, which was the medical doctor. They was bringing in their medical expert to shut down the government's medical expert, but the judge did not want them to embarrass their government medical witness. So she said, well, what questions will you be asking to this specialist that you guys are trying to bring on? And when he told her she's going to challenge your witness, your medical expert, she said, oh no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to allow you to do that. Why? Fair is fair and right is right. So basically, he didn't have a chance of a fair fight from the start, because the judge wasn't allowing nothing. That's why all the motions was getting denied from the start, before, in pre-trial and during trial. And now she wants to come back and she wants to explain to herself why she did what she did. Nah, lady, you did what you did because you knew you was wrong. That's why you want to come back after the fact with explanation. And then the fact that she let Devereaux Cannon close his rest his case prior to bringing in all the evidence. Even the media kept saying that's illegal. One of the media men from, I want to say, NBC, he had to apologize to me, because I heard what my ears heard. My notes was right in front of me when the judge said, yeah, we're going to let Cannon go ahead and rest his case, and then we'll present evidence at the end. And I read back to him what my notes said. He told me that my notes was incorrect. And then when the judge came back from the break and she confirmed my notes, that man tapped me on my shoulder and said, I apologize to you because you heard correct. Absolutely. I'm in here for real. I'm not in here to fabricate no story on what you want to hear. I'm telling the truth. I told what the prosecutor said and done, and I told what Deborah O'Connor said and done. I told it all. I even drew a sketch myself of the courtroom just to show the layout of how everybody and where they was sitting at, not knowing that they was having inside fights. Okay, so man, Jennifer about to show up and show out. She knows her stuff. Yes, she does. She's a A-list, top of the line, top notch attorney, and she takes on cases that she knows she can win. And she, like she said, there was two things she needed to know, and when she confirmed those two things, she knew that this was the case that she wanted to take. So shout out to her because she took a winning case. She didn't take a losing case, and we appreciate her for this. You were on point with the information. Exactly. And even if you guys listen to those people who was reading the transcript and you listen to what I wrote, I guarantee you I wasn't off. I was not off. I may have missed something because they got more in the transcript than I could write. But baby, I was up in there writing. I got books, okay? I got books of my handwritten notes that's more valuable than anything that you can read in the transcript. Okay, so that will go down in history, and I am laminating my pages, and it will be in my book. So make sure you guys stay tuned for the book that is coming soon. So when I'm not on scene, just know I'm working hard behind the scene because I'm trying to get this book finished, finalized, signed, sealed, and delivered, so you guys can be able to purchase this book. And all proceeds, okay, all proceeds will go to R. Kelly, minus what I had to pay for the writings of the book, because I'm spending my own money and I ain't asking no supporters. Oh, donate. I need X, Y, and Z to purchase these books, to do this. I'm doing everything myself. I'll get mine back what I spent dollar to dollar, and anything extra, all proceeds will go to the legal support of R. Kelly. Because again, I never came in this fight begging and borrowing and asking and out here bumming and stuff like that. I appreciate everybody that donate to the channel, because all your donations that you are donating, guess what? I will be using that for the book. So if I get the money through donations for the book, then that's just as good as is getting my money back, and everything can just go right on to the legal team of R. Kelly and the support of him, because I just want to do something from my heart. And if I had the millions of dollars to just do it, I would do it. But I'm doing what I can. I'm a mother and I gotta take care of these babies. But trust and believe me, I got Kels, and he does know this. Believe that. Okay. I don't gotta sit here and fabricate any information and tell y'all, oh, I'm in communication. I ain't doing all that, because really you want to move in silence. Everybody don't need to know what your right hand doing, especially your left hand. So you did a thorough job taking notes by hand. True dedication to getting justice. Shout out to you. Thank you so much, Medina X. You know I love your name, girl. I pray all is well with you and your family. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you, D Slay. Kennick won, but he got robbed. Exactly, Big Vi. Because they was ready for a brother to come in there and perform surgery like he did. Right. Let me make sure I read that right, because they was ready. Okay. Hi there, pieces. It's clear Kels was railroaded from the start. That's why she didn't let the trial get televised. But this evil ploy just might go on, so they covered their tracks. Exactly, Tim. This is crazy. Our men are under attack. There is a new sheriff in town. Miss Jennifer is on point. Yes, she is. Thank you for all that you have done and all that you are doing. We appreciate you to the fullest. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you too, Miss T, and everybody else. Those handwritten notes belong in the Smithsonian Museum of Black History alongside the transcripts. You feel me? Right on, Yvette. Shout out to you, boo. Moving in silence is the best way to move. Exactly. That's why you're not going to catch me on social media every day. I'm not going to be on here regurgitating the same information, reading the same old stuff over and over and over. You guys can go back and watch my videos. I'm starting to go back myself. And if you notice, I'm putting the names of who is in the readings of my content. So that way you guys can just go straight to what it is that you may want to hear. Faith Rogers' testimony. You might want to hear the rat testimony. You might want to hear those testimonies that of everybody that I got. Mine is Johanna and mine is Demetrius Smith. Those are the two that I did not get because I was not there for the opening statements or for the first 3 days. And then I was cheated out of one day when I did get there because a mother Anyway, an individual told me to go to the 4th floor, knowing that the trial was on the 6th floor. So I did not get in that day, but I was in there every other day after that. And that's why I am firm the way I am. I don't kiss no ass. I don't need no friends. I give zero fucks. Either you like me or you don't, but it ain't going to stop this content from coming and the truth from coming out there. And I can't wait to Chicago because that's a whole nother trial. So, you know what I'm saying? Tread lightly. Tread lightly. So what is Jennifer going to do next? Right now, she is putting in a motion to have the judge reconsider this guilty verdict and overturn it. If the judge does not do that, he will get sentenced in May. Once he is sentenced, then Jennifer will be also filing his appeal as well. And that's something that can be done after he has been sentenced. So Jennifer Bonjean has 60 days to read those transcripts, see all of its flaws. Yeah, excuse me. And when you're a reader, it's not going to take you 60 days to read it all. She's probably already done reading it, and now she is strategizing. I would say she is strategizing right now alongside his legal team as well as R.Kelly on ways that she can combat this cheat of a verdict that they got from the government for putting out these lies like that, okay? Pieces, you've been solid the whole time, been following you from the start. Real recognize real. Shout out to you, Tamara. You might be my cousin with that last name, boo. Let me see. Right, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, all I know how to do is be real. I don't know how to be fake. I don't know how to do that united front. That front shit is punk shit. That's something I ain't never fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I only know how to keep it real. I don't know how to be fake. My facial expression ain't gonna let me. You know what I'm saying? I try to be cool and cordial with everybody, but when I see through your fake ass, I ghost your ass, and I don't gotta tell you shit. You just gonna have to pick up the motherfucking pieces to the puzzle and realize your ass been executed and by executor, okay? Because I don't play games with people. I'm too fucking real. And I got kids. I can choose one to play with at any given moment. I refuse to come on social media and be fake and phony with anybody. I come on here because I really want to know, is R. Kelly guilty? Was he guilty? No, he was not. I knew the man wasn't. I knew he couldn't have never done what he was accused of prior, and he beat these charges. I knew that was false. I just wanted to get confirmation, and I got a lot of confirmation on top of confirmation. Again, shout out to my mechanic, baby. Johanna is a clear liar. Yes, she is. And Demetrius robbed Kells and had bad blood for Kells, and they all were down to drain as much that they could get out of Kells. Exactly, Tim. She has paralegals to help her. Correct. Jennifer Bonjean has political clout too. And Donnelly, you're destroying the Democrat Party, and you watch it. Yes, and Donnelly is dirty, and I know Obama should be embarrassed that he chose her to be in the chair like that, and then she gonna sit here and misuse her authority to abuse an innocent black man and railroad R. Kelly the way he was railroaded. Free R. Kelly is what we over here yelling at pieces of the puzzle, because that's what we do over here. We put these pieces together one piece at a time. That's my time. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you guys got a few more comments that you want to put in the chat, I'll give you an opportunity to put your comments in the chat. I will continue to read it, but I feel like I said my spiel and I said what I needed to say, and it is what it is. I'm not getting caught up in no drama. I don't care if they talk about me till they turn blue in the face. They ain't getting no reaction out of me, because when you know better is when you do better. And back then, I knew better, but I didn't do better. But now I really know better. I refuse to do better. And shout out to my man, Robert Lee, because he holds me down. He keeps me sane, and he keeps me humble, and he keeps me on point, and tells me right from wrong and what not to do and when to move and when not to move. And I appreciate his support, his continued support. Couldn't have done a lot of this without him, because Lord knows I'll probably be doing the fool. I know he watching, so I got to be on my best behavior, okay? And Daddy, Mama be home real soon. You already know I'm putting in these hours, getting that work, but the holidays is coming, baby, and I just want to be with you. Okay, so the whole case, because she was definitely one-sided for the prosecutor, yes. This overturning of the verdict is going to bring light to our justice system and going to jail for violating her oath, right? And something. I noticed you haven't been on something. The chat is moving faster than I can read it, so let me go back up there and see what you said, how you said it, because I got to make sense of this. She said, I don't understand how a person like Johanna could get away with all that. be all on TV saying all that nonsense. That's sad that she sat there and just perjured herself with these lies like that. You know, that's ridiculous. Let me see. So let me just go back up a little bit. So the whole case is a mess, and the judge should recuse herself because she was definitely one-sided for the prosecutor for R. Kelly. This overturning of the verdict is going to bring light to our justice system and going to jail for violating her oath of office. I noticed you haven't been on. What you mean? Somebody's, I don't know, you didn't put it all in there. Much love. I don't understand how a person like Johanna could get away with all of that and be all on TV and saying all that nonsense, right? You going, baby girl. Thank you. Right, Big Vi. Is he getting out of jail? Yes, R. Kelly is getting out of jail. Yes, he will be free. Just wait for it. So what is next for Kels? I can't answer that. Only Kels can. We love you pieces. You are appreciated. Thank you so much, Jay Lewis, and I love you guys all back. It's all a fat shame. Yes, it is. It is. You know, and they like I said, them people knew what they was doing. They dirty. They played dirty, and when you play dirty, you never come out on top. You always lose. You know, in the end. So. Yeah, so my mission is to bring awareness to other platforms and get more people involved because, again, you know, I just want to bring awareness because a lot of people not understanding these charges and what just happened and how they cheated R. Kelly and railroaded him. So my thing is to bring awareness. So you guys make sure y'all like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you so much in advance. And thank you to everybody who has already subscribed to the channel, liked it, and shared this video. I appreciate you guys. That's my time for the night. I'm about to get up out of here. It is now about to be 10 p.m. here in California. And, you know, the night is young, you know, and I got to check in with my daddy because he is patiently waiting. I know he's watching in the chat. But I just want to salute to everybody. And thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. I'm your host with the most, Sexy Pieces, aka Hollywood Next Presents, as well as Sexy Next and all of the above. I had to stop and show some support and appreciation to your channel. Thank you so much, Big Vi. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. But I appreciate you so much for coming over here, showing support and showing love. It's all appreciated. All is well. You guys have a blessed night. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Stay masked up. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And remember, in R. Kelly words, free Kels is all we yelling. And definitely not the way it's supposed to be. Pieces.
It's not supposed to be green, like faith's not supposed to be seen. The sky's not supposed to touch the ground, and I swear it's not supposed to be round. The moon's not supposed to touch the sun, and a two is not supposed to be a one. Said the heart's not supposed to weigh a ton, and forever's not supposed to be done. Winter's not supposed to come in June, and I am not supposed to have the blues. There are so many things that are not supposed to be, except you and me. There are so many things that are not supposed to be. Ooh, baby, yeah, except you and me. Night's not supposed to be long. Yeah. No one is supposed to be alone. Understanding is not supposed to be confused. And the wind is not supposed to lose. Like fire is not supposed to freeze. But like joy is not supposed to grieve. Like you are not supposed to leave. What I said I'm not supposed to leave. He is not supposed to have your heart. Maybe we are not supposed to be apart. There are so many things that are not supposed to be said. You and me. There are so many things that are not supposed to be. Hey, baby. It seems just like no season's changing. Oh, this earth with no creation or a heart, with no feelings or a sickness without a healing. Just like a frozen spring, a bird with no wings. Just like a song out of key, that's how my life would be. Like the night skies with no stars, lonely road, no home to heaven walks in the park. That's how we'll be the world one. There are so many things, yeah, except love. So many things that I'm not supposed to be. Like having no memory, like having no words to breathe, like having no rain for the sea. There are so many things that's not supposed to be, not supposed to be, except you and me, baby. Yeah, yeah, babe, yeah, except you and me.